In 2009, a young caver entered Nutty Putty Cave in Utah seeking adventure. What he found instead was a nightmare that no one could rescue him from. This is the story of John Jones, the man who became trapped forever. Nutty Putty Cave, located in the vast desert of Utah, was once a popular destination for thrill-seekers and caving enthusiasts. Known for its tight, winding passages, the cave presented a challenge even for the most experienced cavers. Since its discovery in 1960, thousands had explored its intricate tunnels, drawn to the thrill of navigating its narrow, twisting corridors. But Nutty Putty was not without danger. The cave's tight passages, some no wider than a few feet, were notorious for causing panic and confusion, even among seasoned cavers. John Edward Jones was a 26-year-old medical student, husband and father. Born into a family with a love for adventure, John had spent much of his life exploring the outdoors. Caving was a passion he shared with his brother, and Nutty Putty Cave was a place they had visited before. For John, this trip was supposed to be a brief escape, a chance to reconnect with his brother and experience the thrill of exploration once again. Little did he know, it would be his last adventure. On the evening of November 24, 2009, John, his brother Josh, and a group of friends entered Nutty Putty Cave. Armed with headlamps, helmets and ropes, they began their descent into the dark, winding passages. As they ventured deeper, John decided to explore a particularly challenging section of the cave known as Bob's Push. This passage was infamous for its narrow, unforgiving twists and turns, a test of any caver's skill and nerve. But as John squeezed through the tight passage, something went wrong. He misjudged the width of the tunnel and became hopelessly wedged, head down, in a space barely wider than his shoulders. Panic set in as John realized he was stuck. His brother Josh, just a few feet behind, tried desperately to pull him free, but the more they struggled, the tighter the cave seemed to squeeze. John was trapped in one of the most terrifying positions imaginable. Upside down, his body contorted in a narrow, pitch-black tunnel with no way to free himself. Every breath became a struggle as gravity pressed down on his lungs, and the cold, unyielding rock walls pressed in from all sides. His only hope now lay with the rescue teams racing to save him. As news of John's predicament spread, rescue teams quickly mobilized. Over 100 volunteers and professionals, including experienced cavers, paramedics and engineers, rushed to the scene. The rescuers faced an incredibly difficult task. Reaching John was a challenge in itself, as the narrow, twisting passages of Nutty Putty Cave made it nearly impossible to transport equipment and personnel. Hours passed as they tried various methods to free John. They used pulleys, ropes, and even tried to chip away at the rock, but the confined space left them with few options. The clock was ticking, and every minute that passed meant more strain on John's body. Trapped in such a confined space, John's body began to suffer. Being upside down for an extended period caused blood to pool in his head, leading to increasing pressure on his brain and heart. The physical toll was immense, but so was the psychological strain. Despite the pain, John remained conscious for much of the ordeal, communicating with rescuers and his family through the narrow tunnel. He prayed, expressed his love for his family, and tried to remain calm, even as the situation grew increasingly dire. For his rescuers, the emotional toll was just as heavy. They were faced with the heartbreaking reality that, despite their best efforts, they might not be able to save him. After 27 grueling hours, the unthinkable happened. The last-ditch effort to free John failed, and the rescue team had no choice but to accept the inevitable. On November 25, 2009, John Edward Jones was pronounced dead, still trapped in the cold, dark confines of Nutty Putty Cave. His passing marked a tragic end to a life filled with promise, and the cave, which had been a source of excitement and adventure, was now a tomb. In the days following John's death, Nutty Putty Cave was sealed permanently, with John's body left inside as a somber reminder of the risks associated with caving. The decision to seal the cave was made by John's family and local authorities, who wanted to prevent further tragedies and honor John's memory. Today, Nutty Putty Cave stands as a silent monument to the thin line between adventure and danger, and the tragic consequences that can arise when that line is crossed. John's story continues to resonate with those who hear it, serving as a powerful reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of the world beneath our feet.